In this video, we're going to break down this 3D minimalistic reel inside DaVinci Resolve. You can get the project file for this tutorial using the first link in the description. Let's get started. In the edit page of DaVinci Resolve, I'm going to create a new timeline. Uncheck project settings, go to format, hit 30 frames per second, use vertical resolution because it's an Instagram reel. Here that. Now, we're just going to drag and drop the reel here in our edit page. Go to effects, get a fusion composition. This is going to be our background. Just going to make that the same length. Now I'm going to open this in the fusion page. In the fusion page, this is what I have. Just do media in node, get a background node, connect your background node, change the background color to this color here. Just pick this color from here, and next thing you want to do is go to your media pool, drag and drop this one here and connect it here. Now you have this dotted grid. Go to your media pool, increase the size of the grid till it looks good to you. If you look at it, it is faded all over here. So we're just going to get a rectangle mask, and I'm just going to connect the rectangle mask here and do something like so. Now in the rectangle mask, I'm just going to increase the soft edge. Go to the mesh node and take down the blend value. Yeah, something around. Now we're done with the background. Let's go back to the edit page. Get another fusion composition and make this fusion composition maybe something like this length. You are going to create the first seed in this fusion composition. Now we're just going to disable this one and open this one up in the fusion page. The fusion page, same thing. Get a background node and make sure the background node is transparent. Now first thing we see here are these lines. I'm going to get a background mode, get another background mode so we can create it on its own. I'm just going to shift all of this down here and I'm going to get a polygon mask here. I'm going to connect it here. Now we're going to build this scene up at frame 40. You just always need to pick one frame and build the scene. Eventually we are going to convert all of these into 3D. All you want to do is select this polygon. Now we are going to create the first line. We're just going to hit here and hit somewhere around here, and make sure you can just choose to add a point in the middle here. Now that is it. Go to the polygon and select this animation, uncheck solid, and you can increase the border width to somewhere around 3.5. Let's make sure that the background color is black. Now you can see that one. Let's increase this to about 0.4. Now we're going to get this polygon mask, Control C, Control V, and we're just going to move this polygon down here, and we're just going to hold this one and make something like so. And yes, something like you're just going to connect this one here, and you realize that you have two of them. Now let's create the last one. Just Control C, Control V. Now we're going to make sure that you take this point up here and take this one down here. Yes, we have three of them. Now we're going to arrange all of this at the end. Now let's go to the media pool and get this barcode. I'm just going to name that. We might want to do Control G here, Control G. Now I'm going to make sure we are viewing this one here. Okay, that is too big. So we're going to reduce the size of the barcode till it's very small, and we're going to take it to somewhere at the top here. We can arrange all of these when we make it 3D. We're done with this one, so I'm going to add an image plane 3D, a camera 3D. I'm going to search for a renderer 3D. I'm going to add all of that there in order to build our 3D scene. I'm going to connect this one here. Just make some arrangements. Yeah, I'm going to go to the camera. If I take a look at this from here, you won't see anything. That's because if I take this 3D image, everything is on the same plane. Select the camera and you can move it backwards like so. You see that appearing here. I'm going to shift this behind till it's around the same position I created it with, somewhere around. Let's go to the last frame of this one. Good. I think somewhere around here is good. In order to make this visible, we just make this background color white so that we can see what we are doing. Yes, so you see the difference now. Now we have this. If you look at here, it's being cut up here, so just normal. Let me try to fix this. Anyways, you can make a better line here if you want. Let's go to the last frame. You see the barcode is here. So I'm just going to come to this merge node and make sure that this barcode is here. Yes. The next thing I'm going to do is let's just arrange this one here. I'm going to go to my media pool and get this dollar. Sure, I name that. To this dollar, I'm going to add an image plane, connect it here, and it appears on the screen like so. Now go to the image plane. I'm going to take the Y value down. I'm going to, you see the there's a clipping issue here. You can just take the dollar just a little bit, move the Z value above that one so that you can arrange it now. Move it like this to the side and take it down again. You can increase the size. Just move it, just make sure you arrange it so that it fits what you want. Somewhere around here, these values are good for the first one. Now you can just do Control C for this image plane, Control V. Now you're going to get the output of this dollar and connect it to this image plane. Now you can connect it to this merge 3D. Let's move it here. We're going to come to this image plane. Now we just move this one up. Make sure we move it up and to the sides. We're going to rotate it like so. I think that this is okay now. So these are the values for this other image plane. This one, these are the values. Now let's go to this text. We're going to animate everything at the end. So we're going to let's get a background node and connect this text to this background node. Now in this text, let's see how it is animated. So we're just going to do, you are making 1 million. So this one is going to be you are. Then we're going to change this font to vertical. You're going to use the regular one and Control C, Control V. You can do all of these in one text, but it's going to take a lot of time because you need to do character level styling and all the rest. Let's change this to get another text node, connect it here, and here you will write 1 million. Now make sure you change all of these to black. Let's get this one above here and let's add an image plane to that one. Connect the image plane to this one. By the way, come to this renderer and change it from software to hardware render if your laptop has a GPU. Now you see that has appeared there. Go to this image plane, come here and just take the Z value maybe above like so. Good, somewhere around there. Now we're just going to make sure, come back to this text and make sure we arrange them in such a way that they align with, just move the Y value. So now I think we can just use this one, this font here. So we just let's increase the size till it's something, bring down the tracking and increase the size. Now we can come to this image plane and take it above like so. Yes, come back to this text, go to the X and Y, take it up, take it to the side. Make sure it is aligned like yes. Come to this one, to the dollar text, shift it like that. Yes, somewhere you might just use the size of 1 for this one. Good. Yes, it's visible now. And same thing, size of 1 here. That's better. No, let's use 0.09. Yeah, come up here, 0.09. I think this design is okay now. You're going to come down here. You're going to search for shift space, Gaussian blur. We're going to add that there. Let's just disable that and we animate this. Then we're going to do that at the end. So come to the camera and do shift space and you add a transform 3D. Now, first thing we want to do is I'm going to come to the frame 0. I'm going to come to this polygon. Let's do something with this polygon. So I'm going to come to the first one, which is this one. I'm going to keyframe the length. Go to maybe something like half a second. That's frame 15. Keyframe the length again. Go back, take it down to 0. Go to the second one. I'm going to go 2 frames forward. Go to keyframe the length. Go to frame 17. Keyframe the length again. Go back, take it down to 0. Go to this one. I'm going to go 2 frames forward. I'm going to keyframe the length. Go to frame 19. Keyframe it again. Go back, take it down. We can select all of these. Go to spline, zoom to fit, and this out cubic. Now if we try to play that, yes. Since that one is too fast, let's try to do something. Let's now you need to come to this merge node. Take the blend value down. Yes. Next thing we want to do is come here. You're going to see that it's a word by word animation. Yes, it's coming from the side here. So what we're going to do is we have done this. If you have been watching the channel, we have done this before. So I'm just going to quickly do that. Control C. All right, select the text and go to the modifier. You're going to go to element 5, select that. Like frame 0, we're going to keyframe the opacity here. Go to like frame 5, keyframe the opacity again. Go to transform, change it from character to word, and you're going to keyframe it at the offset X and Y at frame 7. Double click here, go back to the first one, which is frame 0, keyframe it again. Now you're just going to take it to the right, like so, just a little bit to the right. We're going to go to shading, element 5, take it down to 0. Now go back to the timing. So we're going to check what timing we're going to use. We just try to think yes, the timing of, let's say, let's go to spline, zoom to fit S. Good. Let's use ease out cubic. You're going to use ease out cubic so that the animation might be fast. Yes. At frame 15 in the $1 million text, we're just going to go to this merge node. We're going to keyframe the blend value at frame 15. Go maybe frame 25, keyframe it again, and we're going to go to the center X and Y, keyframe the center X and Y, go back to the first one, keyframe it again. And we're just going to take this one just a little bit to the right too. Now we're going to take the blend value down to 0. Go to spline, select all, and this out cubic. I'll go to this dollar text, go to the merge node at frame 23. You're going to keyframe the blend value, go maybe to frame 30 or frame 32, keyframe it again, go back to the first one, go to frame 23 again, keyframe the center X and Y, go to the last one, keyframe it again. At the first one, take it to the right, like so, and take the blend value down to 0. Go to spline, do the same thing. You're just going to select all, ease out cubic. Now the next thing we want to animate are these two pack of dollars coming in from the side, as you see here. Go to frame 0. In the first one, we're going to keyframe the translation X and Y. So maybe it stops around frame, let's just say frame 40. Keyframe it again. Go to this first one, keyframe it at the same values. Go to frame 40, keyframe X and Y. We might not use all of them. Go back to 0. We need to take this one to the side. Make sure it's out of the screen. For this first one, we need only the X translation. And this one here, we're going to move it to the side like this and bring the Y value down to somewhere around here. Now, in order for us to get this exact position here, we need to go to this camera here and keyframe the Z translation at frame 0 and go to where it ends, somewhere the scene changes at frame 58. We see there's continuous camera movement till frame 58. So I want to keyframe it at frame 58 so that we cut while there's the camera movement. Keyframe it here. Now we're just going to take this one, the Z value up like so, somewhere around here. Yes. Now around here, come back to this one. Then you can arrange this one like you want it to be. Now you can select both of these, go to spline, and just let's use ease out cubic. Yeah, I think it works. And for this camera, let's do select all and S. Now, if you look at it, let me just play it for you to see. Now, if you look at it, you see that we have it. If you look at towards the end here, the camera movement is fast at the end of it. So what we're going to do is just take this one and change it to something like this. So that the camera movement is fast at the end. Yes. All right, so you have this animation up to here now. So I'm going to come to this Gaussian blur, make sure I enable it. I'm going to get an ellipse mask and connect the ellipse mask to the Gaussian blur. Now in this ellipse mask, I'm going to invert the mask so it appears like that. Come to the ellipse and maybe do something like so. You can just use this size and then you increase the soft edge to something around here and come to the Gaussian blur. You can reduce it. Yeah. Yeah, I think this is better now. Remember that we change the color of this background to white. Take the alpha value down and make it transparent. Now, if you look at the animation, you're going to realize it ends around frame 58. So we go to frame 58, go to the edit page, and you're going to cut this fusion composition at frame 58. Just make sure you cut it here. Just make sure you increase the length of the fusion composition. Now, open this one, the second fusion composition. in the Fusion page. We're going to build the this scene on its own. Just going to make sure I delete all of these. However, I'll keep both of these, the dollar text and the 1 million text. Now here, in order to make this easy, we want to add these two lines here. So you're just going to get it, and to this background you're going to add a polygon mask. Now you can change the background color to black. Now we need the second one. Just come to this one and bring down the blend value, yeah, somewhere around there. We are going to add these two texts, this one and this one down here. So let me just zoom this in so that we can see. So I'm just going to get a text node. In that text node, I'm just going to write. Now copy this one, Control C. Now we just need to make all of these 3D. I'm just going to make sure I arrange all of these like so. And to each of them, I'm going to add an image plane. To this one in the middle, I'm going to add a camera 3D. It's going to create this mesh. And to this mesh, I'm going to add a renderer 3D and connect the 3D renderer down here. We're just going to add all of them one by one. We have done this before. Select the camera, go to the camera, and take the Y value backwards. You won't see anything. That's because all of these text are white on a white background. So you need to change this to black. Now we are going to change the font to have vertical. Now let's go to this first text. We're going to and try to position it. I'm just going to take down the size. I'm just going to come here, this horizontal anchor, hit this one. Is something around 0.6. Do the same thing for this one. Hit corner here. You're going to take it down here. Now we can take a look at this one back here. Now if you try to look at it here, we won't see anything. We need to take the Z value. We need to just shift it backwards. Now we're going to connect the polygon to this 3D merge. If you look at it, you're going to realize that the lines are behind, like further behind. So we're just going to come to the Z value and take it further behind. Yes. And maybe somewhere around here. Now we can come to this one for the text. This text, let's add this text here. Let's just make sure that we arrange this text how it's supposed to be. I think that this one is better now. And finally, let's add these bitcoins. We're going to come here. I have so many of them here. I'm going to just pick the correct one. I'm just going to quickly name that, and I'm going to add an image plane to this one. Let's come back here. I'm going to add an image plane to this one. I'm going to come here and I'm going to move it to the side. I'm going to bring down the size to something. The Bitcoin is in front of everything. So we need to take this yes, somewhere around here. And we're going to bring down the size. We're going to rotate it, bring it down again. Good. I'm going to Control C this image plane, Control V, because it's basically the same image. I'm going to take it all the way up here. Make sure you are at frame 100. You might just add some kind of Y rotation to this one. Yeah, and finally get this one from here. Control C, Control V. That one should work. Connect this one here. I'm just going to make sure I size this down to be in the middle. And to make sure you bring the Z value up, yes, somewhere around there. Bring the size down again. And with that, we have gotten it good. Yes. Now I can just come to this one. I'm going to shift this one. So let me just quickly show you the translations and the rotations for all of these image planes. This is for the first one. This is for the second one. You can copy that. And this is for the one in the middle. Now we are going to start animating them now. If you look at it, you're going to see that the one in the middle, there's a slight rotation to it. Come to this image plane. That's for the one in the middle. Keyframe the Z rotation. Come to somewhere around frame 100. Keyframe it again. Go back to the first one. Just set it this way and come to the first one. Make sure you set it to look at this way. Just slight movement, and you can open that up and hit S. Nothing fancy there. If you go to the first frame, that is frame 58, you're going to see that the texts are not in place. So you're going to come to the first text, which is using. You're going to keyframe the center X and Y, and you're going to keyframe the blend value. Go maybe frame 64, keyframe the blend value again, and keyframe the center X and Y. Go back to the first one. So it seems like it's coming from the right, and you just take it this way, and take the blend value down to 0. Now in the second text, keyframe it at frame 63 and the blend value at the same time. Go to frame 72, keyframe it again. Now go to the first one. You're just going to slightly take it to this side and take the blend value down to 0. Now select both of these, go to spline. You're going to zoom to fit, so you have something like so. If you think that the movement is too slight, you can increase it. Let's come back to the camera. It's time for us to animate our camera. It's too, we can get our camera here, and let's add a transform 3D at the first frame, which is frame 58. I'm going to keyframe this Z translation. Go to frame 100 and keyframe it again. Now we're just going to come to the first one and take it somewhere around. Yeah. Now if you play that, make sure you go to your renderer and change it to hardware renderer. Good. What you need to do is go to spline, select this transform, zoom to fit, and you're going to pick S, and then you're going to take this handle like so. So it starts very fast. Yes, so it starts fast and slows down. What we have to do next is come to somewhere around frame 99 and do shift space, add another transform 3D. Now you're going to keyframe the translation X, go to maybe frame 110, keyframe it again. Now at frame 110, you're just going to, if you look at it, it seems like it's moving to the right. I'm going to come to this frame and just slightly move it to the right, like so. Now let's take this one to spline, zoom to fit is S, and make sure that you take this one up like that. So it starts very slow. Yes, very slight movement. Now if you can enable the Gaussian blur, you go to this background, make sure it's transparent. Let's cut it at frame 110. Yes, so make sure you're at frame 110 and you're going to cut this again at frame 110. So now we are going to open this one in the fusion page. For this one we don't need all of these polygons, so I'm just going to delete all of these. In fact, we don't need any of these, so we're going to build this in at frame 140. Now let's just start. I'm going to get a background mode and I'm going to add a polygon. Now I'm just going to see this one comes from here. Just going to click here and click here on select this animation, on select solid, bump up the size. Now let's change this background color to something like so. We look at that up here. Good. Now you need to increase this the size to something. Now let's control C, control V. So I'm just going to get this one from here. I think that one works now, and if I connect it, boom, yes, we have two of them. Now I can just come to this one, make sure I take the blur value down. Let's get this text, get a background mode. I'm going to connect this text here. I'm just going to change the text to shine. Now get another text node. True value always shines. By now you should already be able to do all of these on your own. So my mic died while I was recording, but I'm just going to show you what I've done. Here at frame 120, you're going to keyframe the center X and Y of this shine text. This is it. You're going to keyframe the shading too at this frame. At frame 140, you're going to take the shading all the way up to 1. Now at frame, let's make sure we're watching this. Yes. At frame 142, you're going to take the layout back up here. You're just going to play a forwarded version of it somewhere around the screen here. You have something like so. Yeah. Now this next one is a word by word. I've shown you how to do that. Control C, Control Shift V. If you don't know how to do this one, just search any of my videos. You would see how to do that one. And by the way, if you have made it up to this point, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and let me know what you want to see next. Now let's go back to viewing this one. At frame 110, I'm just going to keyframe the offset X and Y. Double click here to open back the photo. Just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, frame 116, keyframe it again. Go to shading, keyframe the opacity of element 5 and go back to the first one, keyframe it again. You're going to go to the let's take it down to somewhere around here. Now go to shading and take the opacity down to 0. Make sure you go to spline, paste out cubic, use any animation you want. Let's just make sure that we have Yeah, I think that is all. Go to your media pool, bring in this lamp here. I'm going to use this one. Just take a look at it. We're getting close to the end of the animation. To this one, I'm just going to add an image plane. Same thing, we have done this before. Add a renderer. To the renderer, we can then connect the renderer here. Let me disable that, and if we try to view that here, we won't see anything. That's because the camera, so I'm just going to take the camera backwards somewhere around. So this one, add an image plane. Connect the image plane to this merge. Now you can just take this image plane up. Now you can even take down the opacity again. Let's add an image plane to this lamp. Now I'm just going to make sure, go to this one, take the Z value just a little bit, and I'm just going to shift it to the side and reduce the size and take it up. I'm just going to, nope, not this one. Now we have to add these leaves here. So to this leaves, I'm just going to add a shift space CC, enter. I'm just going to take the saturation down. This one, add an image plane, connect it here. Yes, you see that it appears like that. And the image plane, just make sure you rotate that, and yes, and I'm going to connect this one here, and in this image plane, just going to bring it down. Of course, I have to change the rotation. So we just go to the first frame, which is here, and we're going to come to the camera, shift space XF at the transform node. I'm going to keyframe the X translation. Let's go to somewhere around frame 150, keyframe it again. At this point, we just take it. Let's just bring it to the side. The first one, let's just take it somewhere around here. Yeah. Go to spline, zoom to fit, select all S, and make sure it starts fast and slows down towards the end. Now we are going to come to like frame 148. Frame 148, we're just going to make sure, let's select this one, move this to the side, shift space, add another transform node, XF. Now we're going to add frame 148. We're going to keyframe the Y translation. Go to somewhere, yes, go to somewhere where the scene changes, which is here. Go one frame forward and keyframe it again. Now here we just need to take it down just a bit. Take this to spline, zoom to fit, select all S. Now make sure that at the end animation is fast. Let's come to this one and every this one. Let's go back to the edit page. Play this one, what we have done so far. We need to open up this our background, and if I play it now, yes, yes. If you got value out of this video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye bye.